just wanted to update everybody on what's going on with my camera. With all of the issues I was having and all the places I went to looking for advice and help, nobody had any idea what was going on. Nobody had any clue what to tell me. Even Olympus, they were only encouraged to ask my credit card info. I did have a comment on my video from Jack McKechnie. He said that I should go to a forum. He said Flickr group and ask, but I don't like using the Flickr groups for asking questions. Different story. But I did take that idea and I decided to go to DPreview, which I only joined recently, and make a post about it. A few things. I made a kind of a long-winded post. I tried to keep it short, but it turned out kind of long-winded about the issues I was having. I was a little more specific in the post than I am in my last video. And the very first response was from a guy named Eric Nepean. He said, basically, if I had gone straight from version 1 to version 3 of the firmware, which I did, I never had version 2, then what can happen is things in the camera, like various things in the camera, the info and things like that, will get out of sync, basically. So what you have to do is do a hard factory reset, which is where you go into the hidden menu system and totally wipe out, reset everything to the point that you even have to reset the clock. And what that'll do is get things back in sync, and it might help. So I thought, as simple as that sounds, it's absolutely worth a try. So I looked up how to access the hidden menu and do the hard factory reset, and I can't believe it, but it actually worked. Somehow this guy, very first reply I had, and pretty quick too, already knew exactly what needed to be done to fix the camera. It kind of blows my mind. I wasn't able to find that advice in any amount of Googling. The closest I ever found was somebody didn't do the hard factory reset. They were talking about going through the menu system, the basic menu system, and doing like a reset my set, which is like a soft reset, and that obviously wouldn't help, and whatnot. And then I did later find somebody that said, oh, if you do a hard factory reset, maybe it'll reset the firmware. And of course the response was no, it doesn't reset the firmware. Even with a hard factory reset, you still have the same firmware that you upgraded to. So I remember seeing that and thinking, well, then it's useless. But him being able to spell out that yes, you will still have the newer firmware, but the issue might not be the firmware. The issue could be that things became out of sync because you skipped version 2, and it'll help correct that. He nailed it. He was right on the money. It absolutely fixed my camera. It absolutely helped. So I want to say thank you to Eric Nepean. Most other people were also pretty supportive. Then there was this guy named Ben Herman who claims to have been a retired Marine, but I guess I won't read his response, but he was a super smart ass and was being super confrontational and trying to troll basically, because in this whole long post that I made, I used the F word, as he puts it, which is fuck, by the way, because I'm not a child. I used that word once, and to be more specific, I put the letter F with 3 asterisks next to it. But using it once, that letter and 3 asterisks one time in the entire post that I made, which is pretty long because I detailed the problems pretty specifically. I guess that I don't know, it offended him and threatened his snowflake status or something. So he had some words to say about that. And then he also criticized me because I didn't separate my paragraphs into smaller subparagraphs, which is kind of okay. Yeah, solve the problem. Because it's starting to get into guys like this, they're getting super offended over a single letter and some asterisks. I'm going to go ahead and just remove this entire post. But I did want to post this video to point out who it was that helped me, what it was that ended up helping the camera, and say thank you very much to Eric Nepean. You're awesome. You absolutely saved my camera. And yeah, thank you. Awesome. Problem solved. Can't believe it was such a simple technicality like that, and somehow nobody knew it but this guy. So you're awesome. Thank you very much. My camera's back to normal, and unless something comes up that shows me there's still an issue, that's that. Thanks.